Last class we are discussing about methods, right? I hope introduction to methods completed, you practiced. You remember every point. So we completed what is need of this chapter. And next we discussed when we have main method. In this chapter we learn creating our own method to develop reusable logic to perform one operation. Then ask question, when we have main method, why do we need our own method? Okay, main method has a problems. The logic we placed inside main method is not reusable. That's the main problem. Why it is not reusable? Because it cannot take values as per our project requirement because this parameter is fixed. It is string array. It cannot return result to caller because its return type is fixed. It's void. It cannot represent the operation we are performing because we cannot change its name. Its name is fixed as main method. It doesn't support object-oriented programming because it is static method. It cannot work with object. Hence, its logic always work with parameters only. We cannot stop calling main method by other program because it is public. So because of its prototype limitations, now logic written main method is not reusable. And moreover, we want to perform 10 operations. Each operation individual I want to perform. If I write all 10 operations logic in main method, we cannot separate them, right? So due to above reasons, main method is not reusable. Because main method is not reusable, hence we must define our own method to develop reusable logic. Main method is meant for only starting project execution by calling the user defined methods given in another class as per our project. For example, here I have written addition class with main method, subtraction class main method. Then here I cannot pass the values 10, 20. Here I cannot pass the values 10, 20 to the main method argument. The result, whatever written here, I want to return to the caller. I cannot return to the caller. So this is the wrong design. Hence, we should create our own method. Then what is a method? Why method? How to create a method? Set of statements placed as a one block with a proper name and return type is called method. Why I'm highlighting the proper name and return type? We can also create block of statements without name and return type also. Okay, a sequence of statements placed as one group is called with a proper name and a return type is called method. Also, can we call as a named block? A named block which contains sequence of statements to perform one operation is called what? Method. Okay, we can define like this, or also you can define as a named block. It is a block which contain name with a sequence of statements to perform one operation is called what? Method. Okay, so I would like to tell this is the proper definition for method. I feel a sequence of statements placed as a one group with a proper name and a return type is called method. Okay, now where I can place the method? I can place method in Java only inside a class. We cannot place inside a Java file like in C language. So then we can also define method as a method is a subblock of a class. Open bracket, closed bracket is a one block which you are placing inside class addition, open bracket, closed bracket block. A block that is placed inside another block is called what? Subblock. And this block has a proper name and return type. So we can say a method is a subblock of a class that has name and return type. Then what is the use of method or why method? A method is used for developing logic to perform one operation in a reusable way. Okay, to perform one operation in a reusable way. So what is that operation? The operation can be, okay, it can be either mathematical operation like addition, subtraction, multiplication, or can be business object operation, deposit, withdraw. Okay, for example, I want to take some examples here. Example for mathematical operation and business operation. Inside class we have a add method. Okay, add method contains logic something like this: in return a plus b. Okay, add method contains logic return a plus b. Now this is not any object operation, just a simple mathematical operation. Take value, one value 10, second value 20, add it and return from here. So this is simple mathematical based value. Now I want to perform same addition operation for one object, bank object, right? Class bank account, and then now balance variable is there. For the bank account, balance variable is there. Now I'm taking one parameter deposit, one parameter amount to the deposit operation. Then here I'm writing balance equal to balance plus amount. Here also return int c equal to a plus b. Here also I'm writing balance equal to balance plus amount. Here also plus operation, here also plus operation. But here the operation plus I am performing for bank account. It's a real world object. So we call it as object operation. This is a mathematical addition, is a mathematical operation, and it is a business operation. Okay, next, how to create a method? To create a method, you must ask a few questions yourself. What are the questions you need to ask? What is the operation I need to perform? Second question, what is the inputs to perform this operation? What are the logic we must use to perform this operation? What the value we must return from this method? And next, is there any exception I need to throw if the values are wrong? And next, what are the permissions we must set it to access to execute this operation? So totally 6 questions you need to ask. What is the operation you want to perform? What are the inputs? What the logic? What the result? And what the exception? And what the permissions we have to set? So based on these 6 operation, we must design the method. So now permissions always first priority. So leftmost we take permission. Permissions are set in Java by using concept modifiers. There are 2 modifiers are there. One is for accessing, another is for execution. So accessibility modifier, execution level modifier. Then following by result. Okay, what value you want to return. Okay, that is what a return type. And then following by name of the method, which operation you want to perform, name of the method. Parenthesis, inputs to take the method. Inputs are nothing but we call parameters. And then following by throws, exception list, open bracket, closed bracket, logic. Okay, so now accessibility, access and execution level permissions, then result, operation name, input values, throws, exception list, and sequence of statements, logic. Now according to the real life we will name them as like this. Okay, but according to Java they are changing like this: accessibility modifiers, execution level modifiers, return type, method name. Return type, method name. Operation is nothing but method name. Operation is nothing but method name. Result is nothing but return type. And parameter list is nothing but input values. Okay, parameter input values are called parameters. Throws, exception list, dash dash dash, logic. Okay, now after you understand this, now you can totally, how many parts are there in this method? Totally 6 parts are there. First one is accessibility modifier and execution level modifier. Second part is return type. Third part is method name, parameter list, throws, exception list, and then logic. At the end of the method we can also write semicolon, but semicolon is optional. If you want to write, otherwise no need to write. In a variable, semicolon is mandatory. In a method, semicolon is optional. Up to now, okay na? So now what are the mandatory and what are the optional? Accessibility modifier, execution level modifier is optional. Return type, method name, mandatory. Parameter list optional. Throws, exception list optional. Even logic also optional. Okay, open bracket, closure bracket, mandatory. Then by following this, all the mandatory optional parts, full syntax, if you want to create one method, can write like this: public, static, void, m1, int a comma, string a, some parameters. And system.out.println a plus s. We can add a number with the string using plus operator. Here plus operator is called concatenation operator. If you want to consider only mandatory options, then you can write like this: void m2, open bracket, closure bracket. I told you open bracket, closure bracket, mandatory. So I have written. Sometimes we can also ignore open bracket, closure bracket. I can remove open bracket, closure bracket, but you must end with semicolon. When semicolon mandatory in method creation, if you want to create a method without open bracket, closure bracket body, then semicolon is mandatory. Then whenever you place a semicolon, whenever you write a method without open bracket, closure bracket, you must tell to compiler, I wish create this method without body. So you write what? Abstract. Okay, void is return type. Data type means you must able to create variable. Na? Using void, we cannot create variable, right? Okay, all people understand how to create a method with body, without body. You can create method with body with logic. You can create a method with body without logic. You can create a method without body but ends with semicolon. Should contain modifier abstract. So this is the way you need to create method. So what the syntax for creating method? Accessibility modifier, execution level modifier, return type, method name, parameter list. Okay. While working with method, in this entire creation syntax, while working with method, we have some terminology. First you need to learn prototype, body logic, signature, parameter and argument, method name, return type, and modifiers. Okay, let's understand the point. Whenever you take a method, the method is divided into two parts. Okay, first one is head portion and second one is body portion. Head portion is called prototype, open bracket, closed bracket is called body. The head portion of the method that contains modifiers, return type, method name, parameters, and throws exception list is called prototype. The region between open bracket, closed bracket is called body. Then so many students are feeling that logic is body. The statements what you placed is body. No, only open bracket, closed bracket is body. The statements placed inside body are called logic. So first point, what is a prototype? What is a body? What is a logic? The statement, the head portion of the method that contain modifiers, return type, method name, parameter list, throws exception list is called prototype. Then what is a body? Just open bracket, closed bracket region is called body. And the statements placed inside body is called logic. Okay. Then next, here only parameters list is called parameter. Whatever you write in parenthesis is called parameter. Every parameter has two parts, parameter type and parameter name. Okay. And method name and parameter list together is called what? Signature. Just I'm quickly giving revision. So try to participate. Try to talk along with me. Okay. Try to talk along with me. Just I'm giving revision so that I can enter into new topic. Method name and parameter list. Okay. Because there are some lazy fellows are there who not watched. So then they will trouble me. I want to give a feeling to them that I have explained. Okay. That's why quick revision I am giving. Please bear. A method name and parameter list together is called what? Signature. Now tell me what is a parameter? What is a signature? Method name and parameter list is called signature. Okay. What is a parameter? What is a parameter? A parameter is nothing but int a. What is int a? Int a is a variable declaration. Int a is a variable declaration. Where you declare? In method parenthesis. So the variable declared in method parenthesis is called parameter. Every parameter has two things, type and name. The type must be valid, the type must be exist, and variable name should be valid as per identifier rules. Okay. Now next tell me, what are the rules in creating parameter? Every parameter has a type and name. We can create multiple parameters. All parameters must be separated by comma, and parameter names must be different, and we cannot initialize any value to parameter. Total 3 rules are there. Then now here we have the method name. What is a method name? Method name is nothing but name of the method. Name of the method using which we can identify this entire body and can access from other methods to execute its logic. Name of the method using which we can identify this entire method operation, entire method logic to access and execute from other methods is nothing but method name. Next, what is a return type? Yeah, generally we write what? Void here, or we can write data type int. We can write data type int, float, double, char, class name, array, anything you can write. Return type is nothing but a data type that specifies what type of value written from this method logic. What type of value written from this method logic is nothing but return type. A data type that specifies what type of value written from the method body is called return type. Okay. If you don't want to return any value from the method, you must take return type void. Okay. If you want to return some value, you should take data type. If you don't want to return any value, you must take return type void. Next, what is a modifier? Modifier is nothing but a keyword that specifies access level permissions and execution level permissions are called modifiers. It set the permission for accessing, set the permission for executing. Okay. Then if you take main method, apply all these points on main method. Inside main method, now look at here. Public static void main of string array args throws exception is called prototype. Open bracket, closure bracket, body. System dot out dot println hi, it is logic. Main string array args is signature. String array args parameter. String array parameter type, args parameter name. Void return type. Okay. We have one more concept called argument actually. When you call a method, okay, when you call a method, that method, if it is a parameter, I need to pass input to that method. The input value we are passing to the method parameter is called argument. When you call a method, the input value we are passing as argument to this method is called argument. Main of new string of 0. Here new string of 0 is what? It is argument. Why I am passing new string of 0? The parameter is string array. So you must create array object with 0 locations I am creating. If you want 5 locations, you can specify 5 here. Then this new string of 0 is called argument. Argument is nothing but the input value we are passing to method parameter while calling it. So there is a small confusion. People are confusing which is parameter, which is argument. In method definition, the variable declared is parameter. In method calling, the value we are passing is argument. Then method name, void return type. Because main method return type is void, we cannot return any value from the main method. So next, it's a static. Main method is declared as static to decide its execution without object. And next, main method is public to decide it can be accessible anywhere. So this is the complete terminology about method. Prototype, body logic, signature, parameter, argument, method name, return type, and modifiers. Okay. In that video, did I explain these points also? I didn't remember. Can you please confirm? Method declaration, method definition. Did I explain this one also? We completed up to here in that video. Okay. So now let us try to understand these points. Can you please read it once? Read all these words. Okay, can you please try to understand from the variable chapter? In variable chapter, we have discussed something called declaration, definition. Remember? In variable chapter, I have written something like this. Int a semicolon, I call it as declaration. Int a equal to 10, or call it as definition, right? I have written a equal to 10 or SOPLN a, I call it as variable accessing, variable accessing. So same points are applicable for method also. I am creating one method. Okay, accessibility modifier I'm just ignoring. I'm creating one a new method. I am creating new method without implementation body. Okay, what is the value for the method? Body. For variable equal to 10. For method open bracket, closed bracket, logic. This equal to is open bracket, closed bracket. 10 is nothing but logic. I have created a new method without implementation body. Then we call it as method declaration. Declare means create new. I'm creating new one. Okay. Do you understand? Now, whenever you create a method just by declaring without implementation body, I told you it should not ends with a semicolon and should contain abstract now. Remember, it should declare as abstract. Then my question is, if you declare method as a private, it is called private method. If you declare a static, it is called static method. If you declare it as abstract, it is called abstract method. So if you create a new method with just a prototype of the method without implementation body is called method declaration. A method declaration should contain abstract modifier and ends with semicolon. Just tell me, what is a method definition? Method definition means like variable. Assignment operator is open bracket, closed bracket, and implicitly logic. Logic is not mandatory, already we have seen. Creating a new method with implementation body is called method definition. Okay, next. What is method accessing or invoking or calling? When you define a method, okay, I define method. When you define method or declare method, methods are not automatically executed by JVM. It is programmer responsibility to call and execute that method explicitly. That means you have to take method signature. Method signature means method name and parameter list, and you have to write semicolon. Look at there, it is looking like a method declaration. What is the difference between method declaration and method calling? In a method declaration, return type will be there. In method calling, return type is not there. Okay, for example, this method is parameterized method int a. Then method calling will have argument. Argument means value or object. Argument means value 10. For example, this method, I'm creating another method called M2. I'm defining another method called M2. Whose parameter is what? Example. And tell me, here parameter is what? Example. Then what is the value we need to pass? M2 of, what the value we need to pass? Value is what? What the value I should pass? Example type value. Example type value is class value is object. Na? How to create object? New keyword following by class name parenthesis semicolon. If method parameter is a primitive type, you pass directly literal. If a method parameter is reference type, we pass object. Everyone understand that? So we completed first three words. What the three words? What is method declaration? Creating a new method without implementation body. Creating a new method with just method prototype without implementation body is called method declaration. To declare a method, the rule is it must end with semicolon, should contain the modifier abstract. Next, what is the method definition? Creating a new method with implementation body is called method definition. In method definition, inside method body, logic statements may be there or may not be there. The method can be a parameterized method or maybe a non-parameterized method. Okay, next. And now the parameter type can be primitive type or can be reference type. Whatever the requirement we can take. What is a method calling? Calling a method is nothing but invoking method or calling method is nothing but sending control to method body, sending control. Okay, so calling a method, what is the meaning of method invocation? Calling a method means sending control to method body and executing its logic is nothing but calling a method. Or you can say calling or invoking method is nothing but executing its logic is nothing but calling or invoking a method. Everyone understand that? When you're calling a method, what are the parts you need to consider? Only signature you need to consider. Means method name and parameters you need to consider. In place of parameter, you need to pass what? Argument based on the parameter type. It is a primitive type, you must pass value. If it is a reference type, you must pass what? Object. Everyone understand that? Okay, now let us try to see the points. Method declaration. If we create a new method without implementation body with only prototype, we call it as method declaration. Method declaration is also called as an abstract method because an abstract method must ends with semicolon and must contain a modifier abstract, else compiler throw error. Okay, and now look at there, the syntax for declaring method. Any accessibility modifier you can take and execution level modifier must be abstract, following by return type, method name, parameter list, throws exception list, and must be ends with semicolon. Here accessibility modifier, any of the four you can write or not, we need to discuss. Return type I can write anything, method name your wish, parameter list your wish, throws exception list your wish. Okay, next. For example, I am taking accessibility modifier place public, abstract, return type I am taking void, method name I am taking M1, and parameter list I am taking nothing, no parameter list. Now my question, sir, what the use of this method? Okay, what is the use of method declaration? Okay, I'll give you one small business scenario. In a regular mathematical calculations, in regular mathematical operations, we never use abstract method. We will use abstract method only from business applications point of view. Only when we are creating real world object in programming world, we need it. You need to pay attention, connected to this example, try to answer. I'm taking one class called HDFC bank class, and I'm taking ICSA bank class. I'm taking SBI bank class, and I'm taking customer. Now all the people try to think HDFC bank people are developing a deposit operation. In ICICI also there is a deposit. SB also should have deposit. Now customer must call the operation deposit for doing deposit operation. Now customer is going to HDFC bank, sometimes going to ICICI bank, sometimes going to SBI bank. Then in all three banks, the operation name must be deposit or operation name must be changed from one bank to another bank. Operation name must be same in all banks or operation name must be changed from one branch to another branch. That is what my question. Can you please decide? Operation name must be same. Deposit, deposit, deposit. Now that tell me, implementation logic also must be same according to the bank vision. Implementation logic also must be same bank vision. It is a bank wish. Implementation logic is a bank wish, but the name must be what? Same. So that customer is when moving from one bank to another bank, you no need to remember multiple names. You no need to confuse. Then now tell me, in all three banks, if you want to make the operation name is a fixed, there should be a one common protocol, na, common rule, na, common contract. Na. We have to group all these people as one type and should say that it is a bank. Okay, all these are banks. Now, if you want to say bank, you must implement one operation. I should force them. Na? I must make HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, and SBI Bank as a subtypes. As a subtypes of what? Bank main type. This is a main type or super type. So this main type or super type must tell to HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, SBI Bank, arey bhai, you people perform deposit operation with this name. You perform, I don't perform, you perform. That means what? It should be ends with semicolon. Whenever we declare a method in super class, the method implementation in subclasses must is mandatory. So tell me, when we use method declaration, whenever we are going to develop an object as a super type and subtype, then as a super type, we must declare operations for forcing subtypes to implement those operations. Everybody got clarity here? When we should create method as abstract method, we will declare method as mother in super class. For this declared method, implementation logic provided by whom? Subclass programmer as per their requirement. Whenever you find in a super class, one operation implementation logic is changing from one subclass to another subclass, then we should declare that method in super class, forcing subclasses to implement it. I will give you detailed notes in the coming examples. Okay, at this minute, only one point you need to understand: where we declare the method and where we provide implementation to that method. In a super class, we declare the method. In subclasses, we will implement that method as per subclass requirement. Hope you all understand it. Then I have a question. If you declare method in super class and implement in subclass, can I able to declare it as a private? Can I declare it as a private? No, you cannot declare as a private. If you declare as a private, how this method can be inherited to subclasses? So can you declare abstract method as a private? Not allowed. So can you please find out the rules? Which declaration is right or wrong here? Totally 5 method declarations I given. Can you please try to question yourself and find out which is right or wrong? Tell me first one right. Public abstract void m1 right. Public abstract void m2 int x is also right. No, semicolon missing. Private abstract void m1 right. No, private. Static abstract void m4. Array, if you declare method as abstract, this method should execute from class or from object. If you declare method as a static, it is executed with object or without object? Without object. So static is not allowed. This method should execute with object. So static not allowed. Can you declare abstract method as a final? Final means cannot override. But I should override, na? So it is also wrong. With abstract modifier, only default, protected, and public. Only 3 modifiers are allowed. Apart from these 3 modifiers, anything you write, compiler will throw error. Okay, na? Next, what is a method? Look at the semicolon, illegal combination of modifiers. Illegal combination of modifiers. Illegal combination of modifiers is a compile time error. Next, method definition. What is method definition? If we create a new method with an implementation body, we call it as method definition. A method definition is also called as concrete method because its logic is there. Already you know how to create a concrete method. Accessibility modifier, execution modifier, return type, method name, parameter list, throws exception list. Tell me, in a super class, can I create a concrete method common to all subclasses? Yes. If the method implementation logic is common to all subclasses, then why I need to force subclasses to implement? I will implement, ask them to reuse. Okay, here I will give you best example for all students. Mother I want to take. Mother is a super class. I'm taking you child. Child is a subclass. Now tell me, mother can force you to buy vegetables. Mother is giving you a list of vegetables, list for vegetables and forcing you to go and buy. Okay, now so many children are there. Okay, so many children are there. 2 children, let's take. Now mother calling one child and asking to buy vegetables. Then tell me, buy vegetables is what method? Abstract method. Mother don't want to do that. Mother want child to do that. So buy vegetable method in the mother class is what? Abstract method. The next, mother later preparing food. Na? Now this preparing food is abstract method or concrete method? Mother is preparing food, forcing the child to prepare food. No, mother only preparing food. It is concrete method. Open bracket, closed bracket. It is concrete method. Okay, hope you understand. We can create concrete method either in super class or in subclass. Kumar, are you not listening class? Just you joined class? Kumar, did you join class just now? Then how can you ask a question, buddy? If you join just now, how can you ask questions now? You want me to teach again? You want me to stop the class and teach to you again? After 10 minutes, one more student will join. I should stop the class and teach again. If network problem is it not my mistake, right? How can I stop teaching to other students to come to you? You have to take care of the network. It is online class, no? Online class means you must be very alert about your network, right? And just like a boss, you are ordering me what is concrete method. So the way how rude you are asking question, no? Hey, what is concrete method? Right? Did you told that you coming late network problem? Can you please explain? How rude you are posting the question? Is it okay to other students? When your people attitude will change, I don't know. Huh? Okay, tell me. So what is a concrete method? A method that we define, method definition is called what? Concrete method, where you can define concrete method in superclass. Now I have a question. Can you declare it as abstract? A concrete method can contain abstract keyword. Come on, try to answer. A concrete method can have abstract keyword. Why? Abstract means no body. Concrete means body. If body is there, abstract not allowed. If abstract is there, body not allowed. So both are controversial. So what is the rule? In a method definition, we cannot use the modifier abstract. If we try, compiler throw error. Can I declare concrete method as a private? Okay, mother preparing food for her to eat. Is it allowed or not? Yes. I don't want child to eat. Some food preparing self. Some food preparing to use by child. I don't want other people to access my food. So you can declare concrete method as a private default protected public. And look at here. Find out which one is wrong, which one is right. Is first line right? Yes. Second one, wrong. Sir, semicolon I placed. Allowed? Semicolon I placed. Is it allowed? Yes, allowed. Semicolon is allowed, not a problem. Abstract is there. Is it allowed? No. Private, allowed. Final, allowed. Hope you all understand. Method definition, method declaration, abstract method, concrete method. If you just declare a method without implementation body, we call it as abstract method. If you create a method with implementation body, it is called concrete method. Shall I go next point? Method invoking. What is the meaning of method invoking? Calling method logic. When calling a method to execute its logic is called method invoking. Look at here. How many methods are there? Methods I declared or defined. How many methods I declared or how many methods I defined? Can you please tell me? Three methods I have defined. What are the three methods? M1 method, main method, and M2 method. Three methods I have defined. So M1 is a method definition, M2 is method definition, main is a method definition. Main method is also a method. Na? If you want to execute a method, you must call, I told you. Then who will call main method? JVM implicitly call main method, that's why it is executed. Is a JVM calling our methods, user defined methods, M1, M2 methods? No. Then can you help me? What is the output of this program? Please find out what is the output of this program. JVM calls main method. JVM calls main method, and main method displays output, hi, how are you? Will you get output M1 method output? No. M2 method output? No. Okay. Everyone comfortable? How to execute M1 method? I must call. What is the syntax to call? Method name following by parameters. Parenthesis semicolon I should write. M1 parenthesis semicolon I should write. Why I am not writing any arguments? Why I am not writing any arguments? Because there is no parameters. And then this statement is called method calling or method invoking statement. Whenever JVM come across a method calling or method invoking statement, then what happens? The currently running method, main method execution is paused. Control send to called method. What is the called method? M1 method. Okay, M1 main method execution is passed. Control send to the calling method M1 method. Logic is executed. Logic is executed. Output displaying what? Hello. Logic is executed. Output displaying hello. Okay, now? Then after method execution completed, control come back, and then rest of the statements are executed. Tell me, M2 method executed or not executed? M2 method is not executed because we have not called. Now read the point. Calling a method to execute method logic is called method invocation. When we call a method, currently running method execution is paused. Is not PASSCD, sorry, PAUSCD, paused. Currently executed method logic is paused. Okay, PAUSCD, paused. Control is sent to calling method, called method. Control is sent to this called method, means M1 method. This called method logic is executed. After method execution is completed, control is returned to calling method. The rest of the statements placed in the calling method are executed. Calling method means main method. Syntax, method name, arguments. Here arguments are mandatory or optional? Come on, method arguments are mandatory or optional? It is depending on parameters. If method has a parameters, then arguments we must pass. If a method doesn't have parameters, we cannot pass. You should not say optional. Optional means your wish. Mandatory means you must pass. No, you should not say optional. You should not say mandatory. You should say depending on parameters. If a method has a parameters, we must pass arguments. Else we must not pass arguments. Okay. This is calling method. There is a terminology called method and calling method. What is the meaning of called method? A method that is called by another method is called called method. A method that is calling another method is called calling method. Main method is calling M1 method. That's why it is called, main method is called calling method. M1 method is called by main method. That's why M1 method is called called method. Okay, now everyone understand? Calling method, called method. I am writing one statement here. Is it okay? M3 of semicolon. Why not okay? What is the problem? Compiler will throw error because there is no method with the name M3. There is no method declaration or a definition with the name M3. So tell me, whenever you called a method, compiler software follows some rules. Compiler and JVM activities in method calling statement. Compiler software, for example, in the statement M1 of no param, M1 of 5, M1 of double quotes a method calls. Compilers is responsible for searching the method declaration or method definition with M1 of no param, M1 of 5 int param, M1 of double quotes a string param signature. If a method definition or declaration is available, compile define dot class file is generated. If not found, compiler will throw error, cannot find symbol. Are you catching my point? Just by seeing the statement, you cannot say, yeah, method is available, not available. Okay. So compiler is responsible for searching the method declaration or definition with the given arguments. If you found, compile. Then if you found, what JVM will do? JVM will execute. What the responsibility of JVM? If M1 of no parameter method is found, control send from main method to M1 method, right? And logic executed. If it is a parameterized method, then first of all, parameter should create. Na? Look at here. JVM responsibility is sending control from the calling method, that is main method, to the called method, M1 method body. Then second step is what? First step is what? In the method execution, allocating memory for parameters of this method. Then storing the passed arguments. What the argument passed 5 will be stored. Then further execute the method logic and generate the result. After method execution completed, sending control back to calling method, that is main method. Hello, when the control come back to main method, whatever the parameters created inside method, all the parameter memory destroyed. Na? Then JVM executes control the return to the main method. Rest of the statement placed in the calling method will be executed. Look at this. I want to give small example. I'm taking M1 method with the parameter string MSG. Can I call this M1 method directly as a like? No. You must call this M1 method by passing argument. What the argument type? String I should pass. Look at there. Test class main method. This M1 method is what type of method? Static. So I must call by using class name. What is the output of this program? Just a test main end. Now, if you want to execute this M1 method, I should call. Can I call like this? M1 of I. Can I call like this M1 of I? You cannot call. Compiler throw error. Compiler searching for M1 of string parameter method in current class test. Not available. So it will throw error. Where it is available? In another class. Because it is available in another class, I must mention class name. Na? Example dot M1 of I should write. Example dot M1 of I. Then control will go to M1 method. Control will go to M1 method. M1 method parameter MSG variable is pass the value high. Pass the value high. MSG variable created and store the value high inside. Okay. Then further next what happened? Method logic executed. MSG value high displayed on the console. Control return. When control return, what happened? Parameter is destroyed. Rest of the statements are executed. Let's say, can I call M1 method one more time? I want to call M1 method one more time. Possible? Yes. Example dot M1 of hello. One more time also we can call. Then again, control go to M1 method with value hello. Message parameter is created hello. Then again statement executed hello message displayed. Logic is same, but input is different. Then the control come back, parameter is destroyed, rest of the statements executed, output coming test. So whatever I explain theory, these are the practicals. Everyone understand, I hope? So this is the story about, you can call as many times as you like. As many times as you need, you can call. Once you define method, you can call any number of times. There is no limit now. So we completed these 8 points plus 3 plus last one 4. We need to discuss about what is implementation, overriding, hiding, overloading, override, and remaining points we'll discuss in tomorrow class. Okay, today class all points understand? Okay, thank you all. See you tomorrow. Yeah, ask your questions in group. Post your questions in group. Your seniors will answer or else I will answer. Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.